everybody, Jason Spangler, the Santee Swapper. Kind of excited. This is the first of a new series of videos that I'm going to create, and it all goes back to the idea of having a group of supporters. I think the platform I'm using is called Patreon, and the idea is to form this group called the Scouting Hot Finds Insiders, who might be willing to kind of serve as a tip jar, help me fund the ability to pay for an audio editor for my Scouting Hot Finds radio, and also a video editor to make my videos more professional. And to that point, what I promised those insiders is some special content that's not available on YouTube, not available anywhere else. And one of those ideas that I kind of like the idea of was having what I would call an after the unboxing. And so what I'm going to do now, recently I unboxed a video, some of you may have seen it on YouTube, and what I want to do now is kind of take a closer look at some of the items that I think are really special and talk about them in a different way than what you normally see me do in my unboxing. Typically my unboxing is kind of meant for the public. It's a little bit of education for younger collectors. Maybe it's a little bit of just, showmanship. But in this collection, there's a couple of really cool items. I just wanted to kind of highlight them for you. So let me get this. You might remember this collection, actually, this photo album kind of might stand out a little bit. And so there's a couple of items in here that I think are pretty special. I want to just highlight them with you. I actually showed these on the video, but I don't exactly have an absolute knowledge of all scouting memorabilia. And so there are some things that I have to research and look up to see, kind of what they are. And there's a couple of patches on here that I think definitely are worth a closer look. So let me take my knife here and kind of cut this. This is really not salvageable anyways. I'm always into recycling stuff, but sometimes that just doesn't make a whole lot of sense. So it turns out that in this photo album, this is just random. This is kind of how scout stuff is. Totally random. In this notebook, there is a pretty killer flap. And as I mentioned in the original unboxing, it was sealed in plastic, like a saran wrap. And if that's not enough, it was stapled. So, staples not a good thing to do generally. But anyways, let me show you this guy, because this is a pretty rootin' tootin' good first flap. So this is Lodge 299 Nez Perce, and this is a really old twill. Looking at the value of this patch, it's definitely this patch, it turns out upon further research, is kind of the make it or break item for this whole collection. Sometimes when I'm buying collections, I will kind of buy based on what I sort of think I can get out of it. And as a dealer, essentially what you're trying to do is buy it for some fraction of what you think you can sell it for. So let's say that I think I could sell a collection retail for $1,000. I can't pay $1,000 for it. I have to pay something less than that and then hope that I can make it work. It's a little bit like American Pickers, although I always kind of laugh at that show because when they go in there and they do the little thing where they have the cha-ching come up on the screen, they make it sound like, oh, I'm buying this for $200 and I'm going to sell it for $300. Woohoo! Making $100 profit. Well, not only is that kind of silly, it's not a very good way to run a business. It's just not a good number. You don't want to pay, what would essentially be 2/3 of the value when you buy it. If you're going to be in this, you would definitely want to pay half is like your absolute limit. And you really want to be closer to like maybe 25 cents on the dollar if you really want to make this a business, because there's so many other fees with overhead and eBay fees and PayPal fees and taxes and whatever. You really kind of have to buy it at the right price. And so for this collection, this flap in particular will basically pay for this whole collection, assuming that I can sell it. Now, having those staple marks does not help. And then also this is a sewn condition patch, and so you can see the condition on here as well. So that doesn't help a whole lot, but I'll take it. I'll take it. The other flaps on here were nothing special. I'll just put them out too so you can see them, but these are not anything too special. But again, they were kind of wrapped and sealed. So this had a lot of OA event patches in it, but this one flap was kind of the killer piece. But there is something else in this collection that I want to show you that I think is really, really special. Let me pull the box over And you guys might be curious to see this. So kind of what I do with collections when I get them organized, you see the unboxing. So the kind of after the unboxing would be something like this. It'd be putting all of this, organizing it together. So when I pulled this out, it was in different like wrapped bags and different stuff. So like for example, all the neckerchiefs. I have all the neckerchiefs kind of in one nice stack to kind of look at them. Turns out among the neckerchiefs, there was kind of a winner here. Let me show this one to you guys. So I realized that this is kind of a, basically what you've got. It's like a sateen kind of material, and it has these iron-on letters. This is a neckerchief that I have seen sell pretty good one time on eBay. I think it was not originally listed in the Blue Book. I think if that's right. And I have seen it sell pretty good on eBay. So this will be kind of a winner. And it's not stained, although it's definitely was worn. At least it was folded like a neckerchief, but it's not stained at all. So I can make that look good again with just a little bit of a warm iron. And then kind of what I do is I take the patches and I basically sort them by what type they are. So in this case, you can see that these are all kind of the camp patches, of which there were a lot. And this guy's camp was Cherokee Hills, which is in that Plankshaw Council in Illinois. So I have a stack of camp patches, and then I have a big old stack, I won't even show you, of event patches. Then I have things like, here's the region patches, which are all, that's all those reproductions that are just not worth anything. I hate to see those in collections. But then here's a nice handful of OA patches. And so again, not all from Waukegan. That was the lodge that also goes to Plankshaw, but a lot of them are. And these aren't anything too special. I have sold Waukegan collection recently, and so I've seen a bunch of these already. So they're not that special, but definitely, they will sell, being that they're 40 getting on 50 years old. The other special item is in this box over here. I actually created a box that has, oh, this is heavy. It has the mugs and the belts and all the other stuff. The trivet from 1977. Thank God they don't make those anymore. But no, that wasn't really the special item. The special item, and this was in the original video too, I just didn't know at the time until I talked to the guy, was this. So when I first saw this, I kind of thought, man, that looks like a really old eagle. I mean, and this guy, if he's doing his scouting in the 70s, I kind of knew right off this was not the eagle medal that he should have had. And so when I messaged him back and forth, this collection came from his family. So his dad was a scout leader for decades. His mom actually worked in the scout shop for a long time. And he told me that this eagle medal belonged to his father. And I knew that I had his dad's silver beaver. So if I was to, go back to this and show you guys, the silver beaver, and he left me a note on the box that said that the silver beaver was from 1972. But the eagle medal was from 1932. And so I was like, whoa, mind blown, because I didn't see that coming. I mean, these eagle medals are funny. You really have to look at all the different, maker's marks and everything else to kind of tell the age. There is some great resources out there, rest in peace, Terry Grove, and maybe some others that have helped with those things. So this is probably a need for me. I do collect eagle medals. I do not have them organized, but I have a huge box full of eagle medals in coffin cases like this. And so this was a real exciting pickup for me. It's possible that it's a dupe. I don't think it is. But to get a 1932 eagle medal in a coffin case, that is super cool. And like I said, the sort of the beauty of all this was I sort of hit a home run with that one random flap that I think will pay for everything, and then the rest is just gravy. And so something like this will go in my collection as a keeper. So anyways, I hope you enjoyed this. This is kind of my first behind the scenes video for my Patreon group, the Scouting Hot Finds Insiders. Still have to get used to saying that, it's so new. But what I hope to do every month is record some videos like this that'll kind of give you the behind the scenes. I'm also going to do something similar with my podcast, Scouting Hot Finds Radio, which will be coming back out in 2021. So thanks again. I really appreciate your support. It does actually cost a lot of money to do all this stuff, and ultimately it does support my business, but at the same time I hope that the projects that I'm doing also kind of excite people in the hobby and keep the flame going. So thanks very much, guys.